Going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love, much love, much love. Salute to everybody in the building. Shout out to all the visionaries, man. If y'all can hear me, please put a number 1 in the chat. If y'all can hear me clearly, please put a number 1 in the chat. Y'all can hear me clearly before we get into today's show. Oh, yeah, we got another great show lined up for you guys, man. Shout out to everybody. Just let me know if y'all can hear me clearly so we could get into it. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly so we could get right into it. Get right into it. Cool. Awesome. So y'all can hear me clearly. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to y'all, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all share today's show. Make sure y'all share today's show. Make sure y'all share today's show. And as y'all can see, this channel is now sponsored by Alpha Juice Co. If you would like to taste some of the best juice that I've ever tasted, just click the link. It's in the pinned comment. Shout out to everybody once again. Y'all see today's show, but before we get into today's show, let's give some shout outs. Let's see who's up in here. Shout out to the OG Mace in the building. Shout out to Miss Queena. Shout out to you, Queena. Good to see you as always. Coming through and holding down the chat. Hey, what's up, Zahara? Good to see you. Shout out to Bob. Salute, Bob. Shout out to my brother Po Boy Films in the building. Salute, family. Good to see you, Miss Mona. Good to see you, love. Shout out to you in the building. Hey, Miss Shaw Newsom. What's going on? What's going on there, young lady? Shout out to my man Bucket in the building. What's good, Bucket? What's good? Shout out to Mark Milliner. What's good, y'all? What's going on? Shout out to y'all, man. Good to see everybody in the building. Like I said, hit the like button, share today's show. We're going to get into it. Oh, yeah, we're going to get into it. Yes, we're going to get into it. We are going to get into it. Y'all see today's show. Oh, yeah. Y'all see it. Oh, by the way, if y'all want to know what flavor this is called the Virgo. Oh, yeah. This is great. This has wheatgrass, celery, pineapple, agave. I love it. I love the taste of a Virgo. So if y'all want to try this flavor in particular that I'm trying, just click the link. But this one, this is it, y'all. This is it, fellas. If you never tasted a Virgo, that's how a Virgo tastes. I'm not lying. Hey, what's up, Nisha? Good to see you. But y'all see today's show. Today's show is anger and frustration. The black man's default setting. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about this today. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Junior Ali in the building. But we got to talk about this today, fellas. We have to talk about this today because, as y'all know, if y'all didn't know, Mercury has been in retrograde. I mean, I hate saying that sometimes, because people make it trivial at times, but Mercury is in retrograde. Mercury is in retrograde. Saturn is in retrograde. And we've been seeing a lot of beefing, a lot of riffing going on. Just a lot of miscommunications in general. Shout out to Van and Van. Salute. Salute, my brother. And I just be sitting back and I just be watching sometimes and I'll be like, yo, man, what is this really all about? You know, what is it really all about? Like, what is the root of it all? What is the root of black men beefing, arguing, not knowing how to get along? You know, what is to that? You know, why is it so easy for another black man to get into a confrontation with a black man? Why is that so easy? Why? This is why I'm asking this question on today's show. Is anger and frustration our default setting? Is it? Is it? For real. Just think about it, fellas. And I'm not even saying so much of, you being angry or you being mad or you being frustrated all the time. Just think about it from the standpoint of how a lot of us brothers walk around in defense or on the defense from this type of energy that comes from black men. Just think about this. A lot of us walk around prepared, or we prepare ourselves just in case a nigga want to act up. Think about this, fellas. Why do we have to do this? Because do we really do this for protection? Do we really walk around with our license to carry, our concealed to carry? Do we really do this for any imminent threats? Or in our mind, the imminent threat being another black man? Now, if you know, or if you think that the imminent threat is another black man, why is that? I'm going to ask you that. Why would you think that the first problem that you will have to probably get rid of is another black man? Why is this? Why is this? It's because we're used to a level of hostility when dealing with each other. We come outside every day prepared to deal with a nigga who just mad. Because there's a lot of us who are just mad. We're mad at life. We're mad at what happened to us. We are. A lot of us do walk around with this anger and frustration. We do. A lot of us walk around with it pent up. You see? But I want to know, is that our default setting? Is that now a part of our image? We know, due to negative media portrayal, that they always try to make black men out to be angry and predatory and all of these things. But let's have the conversation about us doing this to one another. Are we angry and frustrated toward one another. Because nobody's really worried about black men hurting anybody but other black people. Let me say that again. No one is threatened or even thinks about, no one thinks about a black man hurting anyone else but black people. A black man either gonna hurt another black man or he gonna hurt a black woman. Nobody worrying about no black man hurting nobody else. So who you walking around frustrated with? Who you walking around angry with? Who do you take your anger out on? Who do you take your frustrations out on? You see, fellas? And then y'all wonder why y'all hear me say we got to heal before we build. One of the leading health conditions of black men is heart disease. Heart disease, heart problems, cardiac problems comes from what? Stress. Especially in black men. Stress, depression. You see? So, with us walking around always ready to turn up, always ready to take it there, brothers, that's not healthy, man. And it's not healthy for you, or it's not healthy for the next brother who's going to have to deal with that shit. And at the end of the day, black men lose. We're not tired of losing. You're not tired of losing. You're not tired of losing friends. You're not just tired of black men in general just looking fucked up. This is what I want to know from black men. You see? This is what I really want to know. Are we tired of just looking and being fucked up to everybody? Not only to ourselves, but to the world. Y'all not tired of this shit? Y'all not? Walking around being bitter and angry toward each other. For what? For what? And what do this shit get us, black men? Tell me. What do it get us? Hey, what's up, Nicer? What has the black manosphere awarded black men? Huh? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What has the black manosphere awarded black men in real time? In real time. When we have 2 suicide deaths under the belt of the black manosphere. 2 suicide deaths. And when these suicides occurred, you had black men in the space who said that we weren't responsible. That we shouldn't feel accountable for this happening. Only one God. Salute. Y'all give me 1 second. I'll be right back, y'all. Okay, we back. We back. We are back. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody. Bucket says, DS1, I've been tired of this depression-ish, shaking my head. I know, man. I know. This is why, I'm speaking about this today, Bucket. Is this level of anger and frustration, is it a default setting for us? I know, and I'm gonna be real. I know that it can be a default setting for me. For sure. Hey, Letitia. Good to see you, sweetheart. Nisa says, shout out to you, Nisa. Nisa says, drink water, eat fruit, and breathe, brothers. Yes, yes, indeed. Shout out to you, Nisa. GMX, what's good, GMX? But this is why I'm asking this question, because honestly, that has been my default setting for a long time. It has. It has been my default setting. Anger, frustration, and just bottling it up and just living with it. Just getting up every day and just learning how to deal with the shit. It's been like this since I was young, since a little kid. From when I was young, I was one of them angry fat boys. I was mad all the time. I was one of those. I was always mad. I was always frustrated about something. Something always got me upset. That's how I was growing up. That was my default setting. And I was upset because, honestly, I was really upset because my parents broke up. This was the basis of my frustration as a young boy growing up. I was frustrated that my parents couldn't work it out. I was frustrated at that. I was frustrated that my dad had to sit me down, rest in peace, and tell me that he was leaving. That me and your mother not going to be together no more. And that shit hurt me. And that hurt turned into anger. It turned into frustration. Me not being able to see my dad every day. Frustration and anger. Because as a child, you always think what? That your family is always going to be there. This is what you think. Shout out to Bucket. Appreciate you, bro. He said appreciate the message. You see? That's the thing. We always think, oh, nah, it's going to work. It's going to work. It's going to work. And that just makes us frustrated, man. So, fellas, you got to find the source of your frustration and your anger. This is why I say we got to heal before we build. We got to find the source of what it is. What is it that make you angry? It's not black women. It's not. The source of your anger is not black women. It's something else. It's something else. Be honest. We got to be honest, fellas, because we're walking around harboring a bunch of shit that's creating destructive lifestyles for us. Why you think a lot of us really join gangs? Why you think a lot of us run out in the streets and do the shit that we do? We do it out of anger and frustration, feeling like there's nothing else to do in this situation. And then we growing up in an environment and around people who handle situations the same way you're thinking to handle them. That's why you handle them the same way. So you got to understand that we fighting a losing battle here, man. You shooting yourself in the head when you walking around with this type of shit. That's just what you're doing. You got to know that. You're ready. You got to know that. That's what you're doing. You know how many brothers is walking around right now? And I could speak for my old neighborhood just in general. You know how many brothers is walking around suicidal and homicidal at the same time? This is where you get the young drillers today. You know, we're going to spin your block. Yeah, these guys are suicidal and homicidal at the same time. Why? Because they on a anger mission. They on a mission based on frustration in life. You got to understand this. This is why brothers that was in the manosphere like Renegade One and the other brother, this is why they took themselves out. Rest in peace to those brothers, man. These brothers were frustrated. No matter how much money they made, no matter what you may have saw from them brothers on the outside, them brothers was dealing with frustration and anger. And they were in this space and they never got help for that. This is why today, you niggas are still doing the same shit in the space. You niggas are still mad after arguing with black women on the internet for the past 10 goddamn years. You niggas are still mad. So black women can't be you niggas' problems. You niggas are still mad. How many gender wars we gotta have? How many times you niggas gotta bring up Cynthia G? How many times? Well, she said abort black boys. Nigga, that was years ago. Nigga, you mad at something else. How many times you gonna tell these black women, oh, y'all need to get it together? Nigga, you've been doing that for 10 years. The black manosphere has been around at more than 10 goddamn years. Manosphere 2.0 been doing this shit for at least 5 years. And what is niggas still doing to this day? It's a default setting. It's default. When it all fails, go back to anger and frustration. When it all fails. When it all fails, at least I could just be an angry nigga. They'll pay me to get up here and show how angry I am about life. And we think that's cool as black men. We think that's a goddamn image that we need to have as black men. And this is what you niggas are paid for. Y'all will pay for it. To see anger and frustration spew from black men every day. And the anger is not even righteous. It's not even righteous anger. It's not even, passion. This is just pure, raw emotion of niggas whining and complaining about the same shit for the past 5 to 15 goddamn years. This is why I'm asking this question today. This is why. This is why. And then you wonder why a lot of us don't want to rock with none of y'all. Because y'all weirdos. Want to hang around you mad niggas all the time? I've been through enough. I grew up in the hood. Niggas don't want to still be dealing with that shit. That shit is bad for your health. Then y'all dudes be wondering why y'all can't fuck. Because you always mad and frustrated at nothing. Nigga, take that out on... Man, I ain't even going to go in on y'all dudes like that today. Y'all hit the like button, man. Y'all hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. Good to see you, bro. I ain't even going to go in like that, man. For real. I ain't even going to go in like that. But on all jokes aside, the vitriol that y'all niggas have for other black men and for other black people in general is disgusting. It really is. You dudes find reasons to hate other black men. You find reasons to. You find reasons to. The man can have a great message on his platform for black men. You will find a reason to say why you won't support him. Something is wrong with y'all, man. Something is wrong. You find reasons to not do right by another brother. You find reasons to. And I know why. It's because you're mad. And what you're mad at is you're mad at your shortcomings. Go back and watch the Black Male Experience episode 2. This is what a lot of you dudes are mad at. You see? But see, if you understood the concept that we're our own agency, then instead of you being mad and frustrated because you want to do what you see other black men are doing that you're not good at, if you understood the concept of agency, then you'll come to that brother and maybe you could get some help. And maybe you could stop being mad. Maybe you could stop being frustrated with a brother that he doesn't even know why. He doesn't even know why. He don't know why. But see, I know what it is. I know why. I know why. We know why. I'm gonna tell you what it is. You feel left out. A lot of you brothers feel left out. That's where a lot of your anger and your frustration for other brothers come from too. You feel left out. You want to be part of the social club. You see? You want to be a part of something. Dion Covington, salute my brother. Salute. Yakembe, Salute to you. Salute to you. Yes, mental illness is real, my brother. Yes, it is, man. Oh, yes, it is. And very prevalent amongst black men. Very, very prevalent. But what we like to do is we make anger and frustration our default setting. So now this is how we live our life. But then you wonder why the life expectancy rate for black men constantly drops. Every 3 to 5 years, the life expectancy for black men drops. Do y'all know the life expectancy for black men now? Put a number 1 in the chat if you know the life expectancy for black men right now, based on all of these factors: health conditions, right? Their social status, right? And where they live. What is the life expectancy rate for black men right now? Robert King said he knows. Mike C says 43. Nah, it's a little higher, bro. It's a little higher. It's a little higher. Shout out to my brother, the underrated darkness. He says the spoken truth. Preach the true word is now. Salute, my brother. You already know. Oh, you said you was just guessing? Now, the life expectancy rate right now for black men, 55. Yep. 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 It dropped. It dropped from 60. Nope. Queena, we are not living to 78. Nope. And it dropped from 60, like 62 to about 57, 56, 57 right now. They're expecting black men to not even live to 60 years old. And we're talking about out of COVID. These are the numbers coming out of COVID. These are the numbers coming out of COVID. They're not even expecting us to live. So, brothers, why are we making anger and frustration our default setting? That's going to speed up your death date. That's going to speed up your death date. That's going to continue to give us the shitty quality of life that we've been living as black men. And when you live a poor quality of life, you have poor experiences. When you're around poor people, and I'm not talking about financially poor, I'm talking about quality-wise. These people characteristics, who these people are. When you're around poor people, you have poor experiences. It don't matter if they got money. We're talking about the qualities and the values of people. This is why you're seeing all of this shit go on in the music business and all through Hollywood. It is to show you that money doesn't equal value. You see? Money don't equate to true value. This is why you hear the Hollywood nightmares. You hear about the athletes getting taken to the bank and all of it. This is why. It's a lesson. We're supposed to learn from this, brothers. You see? The true value in a person is who they are and how they treat people and how they treat themselves. You see? And what we're doing as black men is we're burning ourselves out. That's what we're doing. That's why we're dying early. We're burning ourselves out. That's what we're doing. Shout out to Alonzo Hall. Salute, fam. We're burning ourselves out. This is what we're doing by not paying attention to our mental health, not paying attention to our physical health, not paying attention to who we allow around us, who we allow to lay in the bed next to us. See, these are all contributing factors to what's breaking us down. All of these things. See, these things contribute to our anger, to our frustrations. You see? But if we're valuing a bag over a piece of mind, if we valuing a piece of ass over a piece of mind, then you gonna walk around angry. You're gonna walk around angry with no ambition. Because see, if you notice, and let's just be honest, fellas. Let's just be real. Let's be real. I want y'all to sound off in the chat room. Hey, Raven, good to see you. I want y'all to sound off in the chat room and be honest. When you have anger and frustration that you're dealing with from your past, and you know things in life trigger these events for us to relive them, right? You busting a nut, right? Does that stop you from reliving those things again? Let's be honest. Let's be honest, fellas. Be honest. Sound off in the chat room. Sound off in the chat room. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. You busting that nut. Is that going to remove the trauma? Is that going to teach you how to properly deal with it? Will that remove the frustration? To be honest. Let's just be honest, man. Not at all. No. See, the men are saying no, it doesn't. So my question is this. Why you keep thinking you could fuck your problems away? Huh? If the frustration is still there. Because you've made this your default setting. That's why. You have chosen to operate and live this way. This is how you choose to live. And brothers, we have to start admitting to ourselves that this shit is destructive. It's destructive to ourselves. How many black men are in the grave? We're not just talking about from murders. We're not talking about just from being murdered. Get the trolls out the chat, please. But we're not just talking about being murdered. What about all the black men who just burnt themselves out and died? They just burned out. They just burned out. So what are we going to do as black men? Continue to promote the destructive lifestyle that caters to the statistics of black men failures? This is what we're going to do. We're going to continue to get online and create spaces that we say is for black men's upliftment, and all we do is bash each other and talk shit and swallow fucking spit. Huh? It's because what? Anger and frustration is our default setting. The black manosphere was built on anger and frustration. Yeah, I said it. Who want to tell me that it wasn't? Who want to tell me it wasn't? Raven says sexual interactions can be extremely healing, but it can also, and more often than not, give a false sense of self-completion, wholeness, and having healed from one's trauma. Yes, ma'am. One of my favorite songs that I used to hear when I was a young boy was sexual healing. Sexual healing. I liked all them little nasty old school songs when I was little. I don't know why, but I did. So I totally agree with that, Raven. Totally agree. We got to understand, fellas, where we're coming from with shit. And if we constantly come from anger, frustration, that's destructive energy. How we going to build? How we going to heal? See, this is why when I brought up heal before we build, when I brought it to the space, what happened? I was ostracized. I was blackballed. Why do you think my message is ostracized? Because it goes against the black men in the space default setting, which is anger and frustration. If I'm no longer angry at black women, what are you going to support? This is why you don't see them over here. You see solid brothers who are about growth and development. Real men. Real men. Men who are about their business. You see? Because there's two types of business that need to be handled as a man. You got internal business and you got external business. There's two types of businesses that you got to handle. You see? But you got to remember, you can't have one without the other. You see? But this is why guys in the space was always anti-DS1. Because I am challenging black men's programming. I'm challenging your programming. Black men's default setting is anger. Soon as I brought up black men need to heal, what happened? Oh, he talking that female shit. Oh, now I sound like a woman? Now I sound like a woman? Sound like you frustrated, bro. It sound like you mad. It sound like the truth just ruffled your feathers. Yes. Because this is the hill that most black men are dying on. Anger and frustration. We're dying of broken hearts. But we don't want to talk about this. We want to act like, oh no, we died like men. Shut up. Men aren't afraid to admit the truth, right? So why you can't admit you hurt? Why you can't admit that hurt you? You a man, right? Then it hurted you, right? It hurt. Say it hurt. Yeah, that hurt me. Say it. That make you less of a man because you said it hurt? Huh? So you make anger and frustration your default setting to try to hide your hurt. So you think nobody was ever going to know that you're really hurt about shit in life? You think you think nobody was going to detect that? That's what you think? Come on, brothers. Come on, brothers. Come on, bro. I'm just like you. Y'all heard what I said. I was a fat, angry kid. I was mad all the time. Ready to fight and all that. And I'm going to fight. You crazy? But as I got older, I became less afraid to admit what I was angry at, what I was frustrated with, who I was frustrated with, and why. And why? This is why a lot of you brothers cannot listen to certain types of brothers. Because the message rub you the wrong way. Their energy rub you the wrong way. Because the energy is familiar to you. See, I know what it is. I know why a lot of you dudes get in your feelings when certain dudes say certain shit. I know why. I know why y'all kiss certain dudes' asses and put dudes on pedestals. I know why. Because they hold you up in your bullshit. And this is something I refuse to do. This is something I refuse to do because I'm not going to hold myself up in it. That's called complacency. That's called complacency. Come on. You got all this money, but you still mad. What you mad at? You ain't got to, your bills are no longer a problem. So what you mad at? You got a bag, right? Why you mad? What you frustrated for? Why you always got an attitude? Why you always got a problem with something? You got money, right? It's because that's your default setting. This is why I say we got to heal before we build. I see a lot of six-figure niggas running around here mad at the world, mad at everybody. You can pay all your bills. You can afford to pay another woman's bills, but you still mad. You still getting up here mad. What you mad at? What are you frustrated? What got you so frustrated? Huh? Some shit that we don't got nothing to do with. That's what. That's what. Do y'all know that a lot of these incidents that you see go on in these gas stations, where you see dudes getting knocked out, killed at gas stations and all that type of shit, it be simply over anger and frustration. And we think anger and frustration is masculine. Oh, you masculine. You supposed to be frustrated. I supposed to be frustrated all the time? That's to be a man? To be a man is to be an old grouchy nigga, huh? Just old and grouchy. I'm not gonna be that. You know, I already got I already got women out here calling me a bully. I'm mean. You know, I'm just a bully. You know? Walking around angry and frustrated, bro, that shit is not cool. I'm here to tell you this because I used to be like that. I used to be like that. I was that homie out the crew. You better not say nothing wrong, none of that. I was that homie out the crew. I'm always on some bullshit. That was DS1. That was me. I wish some of my homies was in the chat. They know. Come on. That was no way to be. That was no way to be. You know why? Because truth be told, a brother was really hurting inside. See, once you brothers are able to admit that, now we getting somewhere. See, anger and frustration is your default setting because that is what you use as a defense mechanism to disguise that you're really hurt. You see? And because you feel pain, brothers, emotional pain, not physical, but emotional pain, that doesn't make you a wimp. That doesn't make you less masculine. You know what that shows? That shows that you're human. And if we want everybody to respect our humanity, we have to behave as such toward one another. We have a lot of degenerative behavior toward each other. What are two mad niggas gonna build together? Y'all put it off in the chat room, fellas. What are two angry black men gonna build? Tell me, what are we gonna build? A bomb? What is two frustrated black men gonna create? A goddamn catastrophe? Huh? What are we creating out of anger, black men? What is being created and established? Okay, we might create something. Yes, because we did create the black manosphere out of it. But what was established? Nothing. What was passed on to the next generations of the manosphere? Nothing. This is why they never supported the new and upcoming men in the space, because you didn't have nothing for us. See, and y'all was too scared to say that. You didn't have nothing for us. You didn't have shit to pass down because it was built on anger and frustration. All you got to pass down is being a goddamn red pill. Are you a red pill? Are you a blue pill? Hey, I'm purple pill. Now you got niggas running around here talking about they gray pill. You got gray pill, purple pill, pink pill, yellow pill, white pill, sky blue pill. This is what these niggas pass down. All that's based in anger and frustration. Red pill rage, anger and frustration. Oh, I'm black pill, anger and frustration. Bunch of hopeless niggas. What can two or more black men who are frustrated and angry, what are we going to create? What are we going to boost? The crime rate? The death toll? Huh? What are a bunch of unhealed black men going to create? I know what we're going to create. We're going to create some shit that can be taken away. It's called rap music. You ever heard of that? You ever heard of hip hop? These were a bunch of unhealed men, unhealed black men. That's why we couldn't keep it. See? See why we couldn't keep hip hop? See why we couldn't keep hip hop? You see why? See why the message was able to be tainted? Because it was built on what? Anger and frustration. Fear Soul, what's good, Fear Soul? Salute. You see? You see? This is why whatever black men create, we can't sustain it. We don't own it in its entirety. Because we never go back and think about what is the foundation of it. The foundation of Black Brotherhood cannot be anger and frustration for black women, nigga. Let me repeat it again so y'all can hear me. Virgo says good, by the way. But Black Brotherhood cannot and will not be established or sustained on anger and frustration. So we can't get together in the name of we hate these women. We tired of black women. We getting our passports and we're leaving. Okay, get your passport and go. But do that for you. Don't do it because you frustrated. Because guess what you're doing? You taking your frustrations with you right on the plane. You taking all your anger with your passport with you. So guess what you're going to do over there? The same shit you was doing over here. Mad and unfulfilled. You're just going to be able to pay for it for a little less. It's going to be a little cheaper, a little more affordable. But internally, you're still empty inside. You see, you still haven't accomplished the goal. See, brothers, I understand. The goal isn't for y'all to just go get no box. The goal is for you to try to go find happiness elsewhere. I know this. I know. But how you going to go find happiness elsewhere when happiness ain't even inside of you? You still conflicted with it within. You could go anywhere across the goddamn world and have as much money as you want. If you feel lonely, you're lonely, bro. You understand? No one's going to treat you the way you're going to treat you. No one's going to make you feel any kind of way, brothers. Even those feelings that you've once felt about a woman, they didn't come from her, they came from you. The feeling that you felt was your interpretation of what she's doing. That's all. She can't make you feel no kind of way. Hey, M. Mills, good to see you. Understand this, fellas. Anger and frustration being your default setting. Then you wonder why you can't keep nothing together. How you gonna keep something together? It was built to wither away. It was built to basically meet the level of mediocrity because of the components that's at work. This is what we got to understand, fellas. Your anger and your frustration is only going to get you but so far. Understand this. It just is. It's only going to get you but so far. Raven says heaven and hell exist between the ears. You can't achieve the external senses of happiness if you have not cultivated and maintained it within the walls of your mind. Okay? I'm glad you said this, Raven. It's not in between her legs, fellas. Okay? It's not in between her legs. It's not. Heaven and hell is not in between the black woman's legs, like we grew up hearing. And we know we heard that from a bunch of pimps and niggas who was prostituting black women. Oh, heaven is between a black woman's legs. Yep. That's what they told them tricks who was paying. That's game. That's not the truth. That's game. That's to trick you into spending your money. I got heaven between here. What nigga don't want to go to heaven? Yeah. Understand this, fellas. And then you grow up and you become angry and frustrated. Why? Because you found out you've been loyal to lies. See how this works? You find out you've been loyal to lies. And now you done grew up and now you a certain age and all you can look back at your life is count how many women you done fucked and all the shortcomings and all the shit you done fucked up in your life. And this is why you're so goddamn frustrated and angry. And then when you got brothers who want to speak on this shit and make this shit aware to other brothers, then he becomes the enemy. He becomes the enemy. That's why I say we got to heal before we build. Because if we don't, we'll never understand why we are our own agency. You see? We'll never truly understand the importance of agency if we don't heal. Because I'll never be able to see you as my brother. I'll never be able to see it. I'll never be able to accept who you are. I'll never be able to do it because I haven't accepted myself. I would never be able to accept your faults because I haven't accepted mine. You see? So how we gonna build, brother? If I'm in my own way from seeing who you are, you in your own way from seeing who I am. And you know what we blinded by? Anger and frustration. Man, that nigga doing better than me. Niggas get angry. Man, that's supposed to be me. Walk around frustrated. Angry and frustrated, man. Anger and frustration. This is why the drug usage is at an all-time high for black men. The drug usage is at an all-time high. We talking about drugs, hard drugs. The homelessness is at an all-time high, along with the drugs. Because a lot of black men are falling to frustration and anger, man. They crashing out. They burning out. They've been frustrated for too long. You got to understand how serious this shit is, fellas. Because if you are a visionary, which every man is supposed to be, that is the other part of provision, foresight. That is the intangible side of provision. When we speak on provision, we don't mean just providing tangible things, groceries, clothes, paying the bills, those things. Those are tangible provisions. You have intangible provisions. These are your ideas, your foresight. What do you see coming down for your family? How's the world going to be when your son is 18? This is what men are supposed to be thinking and working toward. You see? This is why we need Black Brotherhood. Our son's going to grow up in the world and have who? And have who? Who you want him to have on his team? Who you want him hanging out with? Lil Murder? You want him hanging out with the Zesty crew? Huh? Where's going to be the agency for your sons? For our sons? This is the shit we got to, we're men. We're men. How do you talk about legacy? You don't have no foresight. If you're not trying to correct things now for the future, why are you even talking about legacy? So in the next 40 years, you want your great grandson talking about black women and their shortcomings? That's what you telling me, nigga? Is that what y'all telling me? When we talking about legacy for black men in the black manosphere? You want your great grandsons crying about black women? And talking about how they just don't want to stop having sex? Huh? So you want the next 3 generations of men, the next 5, 10 generations of men to be talking about the same shit you were? You want them to have the same anger and frustrations as you? I promise to God, I do not want black men to have the same problems in 2022 and 2042. I promise you. I promise you. This shit is embarrassing. But we'll get up here and talk about legacy. What is the legacy of the black manosphere? Nothing. Nothing. Just like there's a lot of us black men who could say we don't come from shit. See what we got to work on, brothers? See? You see now? You see where we headed? It's not looking good, man. Because everything we create, we squander. We give it right back. We give it right back. We constantly show everybody that what the fuck we go through is not important. It's okay. It's all right. Black man, don't keep allowing anger and frustration to be your default setting. Do not allow it. Because this is the shit that's eating us from the inside out. This is the cancer amongst black men. This is the cancer that we need to get rid of. The self-hatred, the anger, the frustration, the jealousy, the foolish pride, the inflated egos. All of that dumb shit. And truth be told, fellas, y'all doing all of that shit to try to impress women here in this space, and it doesn't even attract women. Women repel men like that. And I'm going to say this, and we're going to wrap this show up. Shout out to everybody in the building. Women don't like that shit. Translate or transmute, excuse me, this is the correct word. Transmute that anger and that frustration and use it to create something. Transmute it into creative energy and create. Use the anger and the frustration to focus. To focus. And that focus should be on you in all aspects of your life. Not just one, not just working on getting women. No, but in all aspects of life. Use that same fire that you feel when you get mad and frustrated to work on you, man. To better you. See, because if you want to talk about being an alpha and a beta and all of that shit, alphas are leaders. That's what alphas are. And alphas are leaders of men. Understand this. That is what an alpha is, a leader of men. And you can't lead a man if you're not transparent, if you're not honest, if you're coming from the standpoint of some bullshit. You're going to have a crew of shitbirds because the leader's a shitbird. And shitbirds are not alphas. Understand that. So shout out to everybody. I appreciate y'all for tuning into today's show. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all share today's show. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content right here on SheepStaysLeepTV. And if you would like to know how a Virgo tastes, click the link that's pinned in the comment section. It will also be down in the description box when this live is uploaded. I appreciate y'all for tuning into today's show. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content right here on SheepStaysLeepTV. Shout out to the OG Wax AP in the building. Salute to the Nile River, man. Salute, salute, salute. I appreciate everyone's support. Shout out to you, Ms. Raven. Shout out to everybody in the building. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you hit the Cash App, if you hit the Super Chat, it's very much appreciated. I appreciate all the love and the support. I appreciate all the donations. DS1 Ross, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And remember, fellas, we got to heal before we build. We got to heal before we build because we are our own agency. We are our own agency. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.